Alright, so we got the DRZ on the stand. Get this bad boy apart. What do you say? Yeah? Alright, so while I was editing this video, I realized I need to explain this before I start. So a bike needs 4 things to run. So the first thing is going to be compression. If you don't have good compression, obviously your bike's not going to run properly or at all. The next thing, fuel. Obviously that's important. Is the bike getting fuel? Is there a clogged jet? Or is the fuel that it is getting good fuel? So when bad gas sits in a carburetor for a long time, it can gunk up things that you don't want to gunk up. The next thing is going to be air. Air is obviously very important for the engine. Air mixes with the fuel, things go boom. The things that can affect airflow, it's obviously clogged vents in the carburetor, maybe the butterfly valve is not opening, maybe the slide's not coming up and down properly, it's getting stuck, or maybe your air filter is completely clogged. So these are all things to look out for. And lastly, don't know why I tried to put an R there, but that's a P. Spark. Obviously without spark, you're not gonna have combustion, nothing's gonna burn, the bike's not gonna run. This bike has great compression, so the first thing we're gonna check is spark. So I've just hooked it back up into the coil here, holding it up to a bolt on the frame, and I'm just gonna turn it over. So the plug actually looks in really nice shape. It looks brand new, to be honest with you. But yeah, there's spark for sure. So the stator's good. Bike's getting spark. But is it getting fuel? That's what we're gonna find out next. Now that tank for sure, I need to put new gas in it. This has been sat for 2 years with the gas that's currently in it. It stinks. Definitely bad gas. Carb, I'm gonna pull that off and have a quick look, see what we can figure out. It doesn't look too fun to get off, but I'm sure we'll be able to get her done. Let's do it. All right, so in order to remove the carb on these bikes, first you're gonna start over on the right-hand side of the bike. You can see the throttle cables coming down here. You just need to remove them from this rotor right here. What you wanna do is just use a 10 mil wrench, loosen these top ones off, and then you can slide them out of this little bracket on the carb. And then that's good for this side. And that's both of them out. Don't know if you guys could see that. I was too busy looking at there and not on the screen. So now we're on the other side of the bike here. As you can see, there's a throttle position sensor here. Unplug that from this mess of cables over here. There's a little clamp in the front, clamp in the back. You're gonna want to unscrew those, just a Phillips head screw. And then this rubber part of the airbox can be pulled back, and then you'll be able to wiggle the carb out. Alright, so we got the air filter, we got the carb. Gonna clean these bad boys up. Just gonna take the bowl off, see what the jets look like. This is disgusting. It definitely needs to be cleaned. I gained 10 horsepower just from cleaning this filter. Alright, start with the carb. Main jet seems fine. I mean, it's really hard to clog the main jet. Pilot jet, this tiny little guy right down here, definitely clogged. And this one is gummed up as well. So I'm gonna clean those out. New fuel screw, catch back with you when I'm cleaning this hunk of junk right here. Let's do that. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for 10-15 minutes and then rinse it. Alrighty, so filter's now clean and dry. It's a different color now. I'm gonna spray some oil on. Let's do that. Alright, so this filter has been sitting all night, all day. That's going back in the bike. It's inconceivably cold today. It's ridiculous. It's getting too cold to wear flip-flops, guys. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep up with this. Anyway, let's clean this bad boy. Alright, let's get this shit put back on the bike and see if she runs. Warming up the car, gonna go get some gas. have it set to prime. Pretty sure that is enough fuel. I'm gonna turn it on, choke all the way on.
One eternity later.
So it's still freezing cold outside and in the garage. You guys saw yesterday. We tried to give it a start. I have a feeling that something not too nice went on in the engine. I have a sneaking suspicion that the timing chain has either skipped a tooth and bent a valve, or maybe the valves are just out of spec, the clearances, and need adjusting. Hoping it's the latter. Let's get the tank off, get the valve cover off, set her to top dead center. Check these valve clearances. Should only take like 20 minutes. Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna be checking the valve clearances, so we need to remove the valve cover. And we're also gonna be checking to see if it skipped timing. So what we wanna do, we wanna unplug the coil. We wanna remove this breather hose, undo these 3 Allen bolts, valve cover comes off. Then we go down here, remove this cover, and we remove this sight hole here, cover here. And then there's a 17 mil socket in there. You're gonna wanna turn that until you see the timing mark appear in there. When the timing mark appears in there, that means your piston is at top dead center. You're gonna come over here, and you're gonna look at your 2 cam gears. If the 3 is up on this side and the 2 is up on this side, you're good, you didn't skip timing. But if it's anything else than that, then you have skipped timing, and you could have to worry about bent valves because this is an interference engine. But yeah, we're gonna hope that we don't have bent valves. Let's go. All right, I don't know if you can see the line with a T next to it with a 17 mil socket here. Just pop her on and just spin it clockwise until that is centered here. And boys, we got some good news. She didn't skip time. 3 is pointing up, 2 is pointing up. So I'm gonna check these valve clearances. It's way too tight. Like this is 0.1 millimeters, and that's on the low or the tight end of the spectrum, and I can't even get that in there. So I'm gonna have to do some shimming. Fun. So first thing you're gonna wanna do is crack this guy right here. Let's just get cracking. Let's take off this top tensioner here, this cam cap, and adjust these clearances. Fuck. If you can see, that's a bit haggard up. Oh, brother. Oh, no. Needs a new head. RIP DRZ. You hate to see it. Yeah, you guys can see that, right? Jesus Christ. The cams are rounded. All right, guys. So I'm going to end the video here. This head is completely rode off. The cams are messed up. You can see how badly scored and rounded that is. And that's from not torquing down those bolts properly. There's no way to save this. Anyway, I will see you guys next video where we will have a new head. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to subscribe, we're going to be talking more about my WR, more about the DRZ, more about the KDX, and more about the YZ, and more about the KX250, more about the RMZ250, and more about the SV650. If any of those bikes interest you, stick around. Yeah, thanks for watching.